Welcome back to Pyre. Let's continue our journey. So we gotta go through the sulfur main. That's our only option, huh? There's a lot of different things here, so. Sulfur main. I have to read that. Cameron, you moron. Right. The wagon has hit a snag. Descending the black crags, its wheel is stuck. Jordiel is not pleased. Jodario. First, that blasted little bird, now this. Though you lack Jodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. At last, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this sandalwood be worth all the hassle. Thank you, Jody. I'm guessing sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. He is very patient, on the contrary. Not I. Let us move on. Soon the wagon is prepped to press onward, down the jagged slopes toward Waking Wood. Your companions who explored ahead advise on which of the forked paths is best. Alright. There's like a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things to go through. Flameberg lands on the northern plateau over Waking Wood, pocked with seething fissures. Sir Gilman claims you can dig up something valuable here. Glass Peak lands of the east of the Waking Wood, riddled with black crags. Pemitha says she can procure a talisman here. I like Sir Gilman. No offense to Pemitha, but Sir Gilman is my boy. Sir Gilman is relieved at your decision to take the flatter of the two paths down the black crags, though nonetheless seems rather shaken by the steep trip down. This knight mislikes heights! For shame, Master Rita. You must take this knight for a common, craven coward. He buries his head in the soil. When at last you coax him back up, you see that he has an item of some sort. Ha ha! The knight did have you fooled there, did he not? He explains how finding the item was his plan all along. Porous crystal. You sold the slug market for 70. Alright, it's not bad. His fear of heights remains. I like that. He found this! But having passed beyond the Black Crags, your wagon arrives at the edge of the Waking Wood. It is here that Sandalwood is to be expecting you. However, most puzzling, he ought to have met us here. You said he would find us himself. Aye. He was to find us at the edge of these woods. We supposed to keep waiting for him? He would desire for the stars to be our guide, as always. The rights beckon, and the rights take precedence above all else. Surely, he shall find us yet. Well then, let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? The lone minstrel notes 2 possible paths forward from this point. Wow, reading is hard. Though cautious that the woods are difficult to navigate, and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. So we got Needlefield and Greymore. Well, I already hate Needlefield. A small clearing east of the Glade of Lugh. Okay. Which is the great sap scholar Lugh Scolarian here vanquished the root titan Limbless. Right. Says his client Sandalwood studied the rights here. Contains the grandest trees in all of the Waking Wood. The lone minstrel says his client Sandalwood once resided here. Let's see if studying the rights helps. See what kind of boon we get from where he studied. Even if it is a place called Needlefield. Sandalwood is a master in the rights, or used to be at least. Then, well, it is not my place to say. Doubtless he shall tell you in due time. Now, if only we could find him. He used to mentor his companions in the rights, not far from here. However, you find no trace of the informant anywhere nearby, and without his guidance you remain quite lost in the woods. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading backward appear to match the route you took to this point. Alright. Okay. Burnt Grove. Ashen Grounds amid Waking Wood. Faye seems drawn to this location for some reason. The southern pass through Waking Wood. The Tizo seems to wish to go towards this location. Alright, Tizo. Let's do the underthinking for you. No offense to Faye, but Tizo's just too damn adorable. The woods are So disorienting. At this point that you decide to break for camp and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps, later, there should be time to pursue your vocations. Perhaps. Ooh, yep. It's time to teach prayer. I was beginning to wonder when you would return. Hell, yes. I shall gladly oblige, my reader. Who is the lucky one this time? Alright, Jodariel. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Jodariel. That surly demon, is it? She could stand to lighten up, though I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let's bring her forth regardless. Soon Jodariel appears and heeds of the summons. What is the meaning of this, reader? You'll see. Demons such as Jodariel are slow to move in the rites, but have huge auras that inflict heavy pyre damage, if you can close the distance. What is the meaning of this, reader? Where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her masks. Welcome to my humble home, demon. You are good at taking orders, no? State your purpose quickly, Wraith. My purpose is to put you to the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you're old and slow. Your weakness perhaps outweigh your strength. Though, I sorely wish to see you and your lovely reader prove me wrong. Old, she says. Well then, reader, let us show her whether she is right. This could take a couple tries. Oh, fantastic. Bye-bye, birdie. Bam. Boom. The fallen soldier. I think I've done a certain amount of damage with Jodariel at this point, then. Boop. What? Oh, shit. That's not the way I thought that was going. Feck. That's gonna hurt. And it did. Okay. Yes, have the rock. Fuck me. The problem is she takes so long to get back, too. No, no, no. Aura. Thank you. Oh, you want the orb. Jump. Fucking so close. Oh, now it's over there? Yeah, I'll take this. Not a fan of dropping the ball. Motherfucker. Bye-bye. Rush. Jump. Damn it! I was hoping to push past her. Did not go that way. Okay, fuck you. Jump. There we go. That's a heavy hit. That's a heavy hit. That's what we like to see. I just need one more of those. One more of anything, actually. Thank you. I'll take it. That's a win, and I take those. My alarm is about to go off. I should turn that off. Well done, Jodariel. Are you satisfied now, Wraith? I'm never satisfied, demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Sandra's disciple. Alright, hold on. Yep, done 200 pyre damage with Jodariel and completed 2 scribe trials on the crystal. Fantastic. That was a strange experience. What do you have there, reader? Solemn's Horn. Jodariel casts her aura farther and faster than usual. Okay. Sandra's second blade managed to graze her target's face, twisted as it was with sorrow, not with rage. Solemn's Horn. So the horn of the king, after he had become a demon. I don't know if I'm giving it to Jadariel, though. I mean, it would work really well with how I play with her, but the big problem is I got the bounty hunting thing going on, which I might honestly just give to Sir Gilman. But he has that. And giving that to Jadariel seems unlikely. I could give it to her. So we have here, so we have that horn. Okay, so let's try boop. Boop. A lot of time and effort into earning as much money as I can with that stuff, so let's keep putting it to use. Alright. So we gotta have that. Investigate the surroundings. You find nothing of interest while shifting through the tall brush of the under thicket. Southern pasture making wood, a dense patch of trees that for centuries have attempted to strangle one another. But then, what is it, Tizo? Tizo seems to have found a clue to the whereabouts of the lone minstrel's client. The limp brings you to a strip of bark. It does not seem unusual at first until you notice a message carved on the inside. Bark strip! Can be sold at the select market. A sturdy strip of bark. On it's written, "Come to Cinder Root." Sweet. So it's some kind of message from the sandalwood guy? Seems that way. Which way to Cinder Root? A hushed clearing south of the Glade of Lu. Grounds well traveled by saps knowledgeable on the rites. It is due northwest. Perhaps we can set forth earlier tomorrow, when the woods are still. Sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Reading the book. Yep. So now I should be able to... Ah, man, not yet. What do I need? Master the... Oh, so I need to master all of them. Alright, master presence. For volume's age, it shows the slight... Oh, this is different. The foreign bindings. Despite the volume's age, it shows little sign of wear. At times, the power emanating from it is almost overwhelms you. Inspiration comes to you in a flash with the book within. You cannot tell. Bam! Tenacity level 2. All Nightwings gain +2 presence. Just everything about overarching upgrades to everyone seems like a good call. Even more so with things to come. As long as I keep bounty hunting, I don't have to worry about money, so gathering items is okay. I don't know, I think it's working out. To Cinder Root, and I didn't read it again. Very disappointed in you, Cameron. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinder Root, but once again, the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. You sense the hopes of your companions waning as you search through the area yields nothing. Then, something startles the little limp Tizo. He seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something, or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges towards him and leaps right onto the figure's arms, and they embrace. Hail, Tizo. But you look famished. Here. The tall sap, tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition. Having allied with them, the Commonwealth achieved in decades what it could not achieve in centuries. The tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce my client, Valfred Sandalwood. He's the lone minstrel's kind, headwind's informant, and leader of the Nightwings. It's been too long, Valfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tarek. I trust your new companion brings some color to your days. They do, sir. I think you shall find them worthy of the Nightwings. The sap looks upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. We shall see. Then he turns to you. You must be the reader. I'm certain that we all appreciate your efforts here, my girl, though we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue on with us, of course, though you are free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. You consider what to say to all of this. You've been assured your freedom. You categorically refuse to cast aside so easily. The leader of the Nightwings has returned. You can tell when you're no longer wanted. This cannot be happening. To have come this far only to be brushed aside by some strange sap. silent. You stare back at Volfred, attempting to glean a deeper insight into what drives him, though you remain unable to sense anything further. Still, you refuse to budge at his behest. Hold on. Volfred, sir, I'm Headwind. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here, thanks to you, and also to this reader. Not just a reader, she is our friend, my friend. She's not disposable. We made her a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. Volfred smirks at this. Freedom's not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hoped that you'd have come to grasp this much by now. It seems we've started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, for there's much to do. You have a right you need to go to, do you not? I'll come along, though shall not interfere, for it seems you have a kinship with this reader of yours. Now then, Tarek? Aye, Volfred, sir. Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Volfred sighed towards the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. Volfred Sandalwood has joined you. He knows much of the rights. He wants to replace me. That's how my soul. I worked so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Your wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the Glade of Lu, where the... Oh, does it say? Oh, I already read that. Where the stars directed you. Volfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. Yeah, it's a slug. Oh, the demon. Oh, hey, you guys, I guess I didn't get the word out about this new franchise, which we opened up here just now, so give you a great deal. Just tell your friends, okay? Tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey there, Mr. Sandalwood. Good day to you as well, Ron. Bark strip. Yep. Forest crystal. Perfect. I have so much money. Once per right, if the bear's pyre is extinguished, it's instead restored by 5. No. Can't buy that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that as is. Can't do that to him. So be seeing you guys. You will, don't you worry. I have a new page to read, but first I have to talk to Sandalwood. He hasn't added anything. Guess he hasn't truly joined us yet. Shame. As you approach Volfred Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, and then... Tarek, if you have a moment... Aye, Volfred, sir. What is it? This reader. You deem her worthy by your estimation? The lone minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish my estimation, Volfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrate with the others well. I believe that her achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet she and the others followed them. Indeed, your words make sense as ever, Tarek. And what does little Tizo think of her, I wonder? Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he is happy to have you around. There you have it, sir. I see. He continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft spoken by those two, my girl. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now, pardon us. Tarek and I have matters to discuss. Okay. They leave without another word, although you think you notice the lone minstrel look your way over his shoulder. Yay! I got another page to read. The demon. Emperor Myrrh. Scarcely could I recognize him when I last found him. A half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head, a beastly mirror of his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in such a way as I had never known. My charge had been to slay this man. But when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp, Haub, proved of little help against the Sisters of the Arch, whose entire lives were culminating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I had served him, that I sprang to his defense. Yep. Interesting stuff. I may have to go through and read the entire chapter again in one whole. Anyway, let's commence this rite, so that we can end another episode with a rite. You and your fellow exiles arrive at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look at the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. There's not cheating here, if I remember correctly. The woods about you begin a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time, but then you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you and regards you with an exaggerated bow. Well, goodness, by the roots of Lu Scalorian, it would appear the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners? One moment. The sap claws at his mask with his wispy fingers. Much better. H. Manly Tinderstaff. He is a sycophant who seems certain he will land a position of high standing once he is free. At your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. My fellows and myself, you perhaps know us as the Chastity. A triumvirate bent on exploiting the rights to gain status in the Commonwealth, led by the sap H. Manly Tinderstaff. We soon shall stand against you in the rights. For now, I'm just whiling away the time making small talk. Now, then, as I have introduced myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then your mind's eye, you see Volfred, and hear his voice. Manly Tinderstuff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him nor me. Well? Beneath her master, Ariel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Volfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why? Now how very rude indeed. Well, fine, ignore me, but you do so at your own peril. Anyhow, once this evening rites commences at any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into the clearing as the stars begin to burn. What a stuffed up pile of shit. I think this is the last tutorial battle. Could be wrong. So, what's going on in Discord?
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now, at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far.
I mean, that was the point, right?
But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
So up until now, well, including this fight as well, we'll get to it this time. I wonder, oh honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. When Jordariel continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent... Fine! Let us begin the dance, indeed! He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth. Boston? Alright, we got a tree, we got a bird, we got a regular.
Who shall conduct the rite?
Alright, well, we gotta have Sir Gilman in there. We need our killer. Jordariel would be great. You're ways off though. You're at rank 3 already. You're rank 3. Tizo's close. Oh, you need to get to rank 2. Shite. I need to have someone. Oh, she just refuses to be in anything where Pamitha is. Fair enough. I guess we'll bring you then. So we have someone with an actual aura. Let's show Valfrield what we can do. Valfried. Oh, are you quite ready finally? Oh, Nightwings. May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. Faces. Now come along. Let's give the stars a show. Alright. That is not how I expected the tree people to look. Not gonna lie, I was expecting them to have like a stern back, but he's like, he's in the ground. That's a thing. May I present to you Manly's sapling, which not only uses his name, but bears a similar posture and likeness to him. Kind of. Humboldt Manly Jr. Why, he's every bit my equal and is poised to guarantee the Tinder Stuff line shall have a bright, bright future. He goes on and on about his sapling for a while. This knight does not know about you, good Pamitha, but he has quite finished listening to that sap's idle blather. Say no more. Would that he would say no more either. Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? The sapling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well. Alright.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, reader.
I hit the wrong button.
Banishment.
Ah, damn it. Whoop, whoop. Well, that was fair. Bye-bye. No more tree. Thank you. Hey, the free spirit. Oh ho, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little soiree. Oh, do be careful now. Those grasping roots and vines. They may not hold you in such high esteem as I. Uh-huh. That shrinks.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade.
Bye-bye.
Yet he longs now for the comfort of his
Bye-bye.
Commonwealth estate.
I bet he does. Oh dear, the woods are closing in. Uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps, if you just stand aside a while, we could put an end to this that much the sooner. No. And with the time? Switch. There we go. You prick. I'm using the old controls. I have to get used to the fact that I changed the controls. Or, let's try that, actually.
Go. Magnificent.
Sir Gilman! Oh yeah, Sir Gilman's my hunter. I should be killing people. Say, have any of you noticed it's feeling rather crowded out here? Almost as if the 100 Minds, third of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Wise or the Philosopher. He is said to have fathomed every thought, and his wisdom flows through the river of his name. Himself resents you being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. So cease with all your scurrying about with this damned orb and let me handle this. Okay. Or what if instead I didn't?
She soared right in.
And I just gained some of my flame back. Thank you, Pamitha. Alright, you Nightwings. I've had it up to here with you. Or perhaps I've simply had it up to here with all of these encroaching plans, these miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. Yes, well, luckily, Sir Gilman and Pamitha don't really care about how tight it gets. I'm sure you've noticed. Boing!
The orb engulfed in fire.
It's just so easy. He just makes it so
End
easy.
the ceremony.
Oh, shit.
Such chaos.
Whoop. Bye-bye.
And it is done.
That was probably our easiest win
Fine,
yet,
yes,
which is
the
saying
Night
something.
Winds
Like that.
did prevail.
Holy crap. They got
Their
one hit in.
hapless adversaries stood no chance.
They were just relied on crushing me in and thought that would be
Thus
enough.
end this night's proceedings.
That ought to wipe the smug little look off that sap's face. We did it. One step closer, everyone. Well, my. Oh, worry not, oh Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I'm very, very, very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. Instead, however, you decide to spit in my face. Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Already all gets closer. Yeah. Sorry, T-zone. Level 2. Yes.
Desperate for honor, this Sir Gilman may yet learn something.
Huzzah! Great wisdom clouds over this knight's entire consciousness. Alright, I guess that's what that means. Depths of the sojourner. Writes masteries, enhancing a worm's carefree and unpredictable nature. The Underking traveled all across the seas and survived many perilous adventures. Worm's maneuvers and inspired by their traditional undersea warfare. There is no limbless undersea firing warrior who has surpassed Underking Ors, though his kind keeps trying. Banishes an adversary, one of his banished allies shall instantly return. Ooh. The Underking promised, over time, to seek justice for more than 3,000 of his following brethren. Wow. Sir Gilman and his allies are banished, he shall instantly return. The one vow the sea sojourner was unable to keep was his vow to one day return the sea domain. What's the bottom? For 10 seconds after banishing an adversary, Sir Gilman deals an additional pyre damage. Ooh. Now these seas shall sing the tales of Ors, the Underking, having felled the unfathomed plumes. After using a slash, Sir Gilman instantly recovers all his stamina. Ooh. Come forth, ye cowards of this king, for this king is wont to trim your population down a bit. Ors to his enemies. I really like that. I like all of these, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this line because it seems to work well with me having him be the new executioner, if you will. Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up to you at this, whether or not you like it. Wings of the Matriarch. Writes masteries, enhancing Harp's swiftness and mobility. When Tristia Tithys led her people in the mountains, they began to train themselves in new ways to survive. Ways of the High Wing, enhancing a Harp's aggressive and capabilities. The High Wings were nearly destroyed after St. Tristia left them. Those who remained grew strong. When flying, she moves faster than usual. Sounds great. There were none who could outpace the matriarch, Tristia Tithys, as she soared across the skies, which leads to permanently gains +8 quickness. Then I shall find this fallen emperor, for if I should recover him, then we may yet have peace. For 5 seconds after banishing an adversary, Pamitha moves 30% faster than usual. Often did the matriarch assert her sister's rising anger and compel them not to war upon the wingless. Permanently gains +4 quickness, presence, and hope, making her all around better. Our wings indicate our station in this world, and yet we owe the world our very being. That sounds great, but also just speed. Pamitha is banished while the wing's fury effect is active. She returns twice as quickly. I just don't banish people with her as often as the thing. Ooh, that could help it though. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that just because I like that, and I really like natural superiority.
Matriarch.
So yeah, the combination of like that's meh, but combining it with fell swoop really works. That should help things along.
Until the stars align.
That was well done, my girl. I'm beginning to see why your companions vouched for you. Don't let it get to your head, of course. Rude, first of all. Alright. As long as there's no more talking at this point. Well, we're going to go through the next batch of talking, and then I'm going to end the episode. So this episode's going to go really long. After thwarting the Chastity with great prowess, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate. For the next part of our plan. Go, have your reader there consult the stars, see where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Oh, yes. Did this knight hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside. That plan Volfred mentioned, I just want you to know I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Volfred has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer, thanks to you. Once more, you look toward the heavens. I believe... Oh, it's not as far north as I expected. Ah, yes. This is the last one. Solemn, the Golden Star. The Golden Star shines bright over the highest mountain in all of the downside. Interact to determine the location of the next right. So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Alodial, the sacred mountain on whose summit rites were first conceived. Whether it's the summit or the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. And at the very top of the Fall of Solium. According to the stars, the next rite shall be soon. The temple at the highest point of the... Okay, well, just... You confirm the stars indicate this exactly. Volfred, sir, how did you know? Volfred smiles back at you, but you sense his thoughts, as though he is directing them at you.
I, too, can read, my girl.
That was...
Forbidden though the words may be.
What he said. He turned back to Hedwyn. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique, but as I said, I'll let her do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about that on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest. And for that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. I don't know where that yawn came from, but it was annoying. Alright. This episode went way longer than intended, but that is the end of this episode of Pyre. The next episode, we're going to go up to the mountain, and things are going to change. You'll see. You'll see. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. The story in this game is wonderful, and I'm so excited. You guys have yourselves a wonderful night.